just gotta run, and ain't nobody gonna hold you, and everybody needs someone. Don't try to go along, don't say I never told you. When you wake up tomorrow and your heart ain't feeling right, I'd love to steal up all of them, say goodbye to pain and sorrow every day and every night. I once heard somebody say, this is living don't come easy, and you never find your way. And if you try to walk alone, you already lost believing. And if the word rings true, and there's darkness before light, find somebody and get together, make love last forever, every day and every night. When the whole damn world is beating you down, what about when you get burned from the tricks you never learned, and now you're dead on the ground? The story's sad, but it's true, and it can get the best of anyone. Loneliness won't get you through. You're gonna need to find a friend, gonna need to find someone. And if you wake up tomorrow and your heart ain't feeling right, find love to steal or borrow, say goodbye to pain and sorrow every day and every night. Every day and every night.
Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Happy birthday. What a day, y'all. How's everybody? Let's see. I don't know. The other day I sounded like I was kind of in an echo chamber. I moved my mic because I kept hitting it. So let me just pull it here a little closer. Happy birthday. Thanks, Beach Boy. Thanks, Pete Cotton. Peace Panda. Thank you. Shorty and Gina Marie. I think they were in here earlier, like yesterday. It's good to see a few people in here. I know there's a lot of drama going on and swatting and all that stuff. And I stand on, hey, Jen Lucas, I stand on what I said the other day. This has gone too far. And no matter if it's my birthday or not, I'm going to talk about it. When people get swatted, and I'm not sure that's exactly what happened, but I know that Brittany had some people come out last night, and I heard they were in tactical gear with helmets and everything. So if that's not swatting, I don't know what it is. There have been incidences of swatting where the person being swatted came to the door with a phone and they were shot and killed because this, we don't know what people call in and say you're doing. I have feared that since I've been on here, because the people on this platform get so involved in everything. And I'm like, if they came to my door, well, first I would look through my camera. I've got a door, what's it called? The doorbell camera thing. I would look through there and see who it was, and then I would go out, because I just never just go to my door. So that's what I would do first. But most likely I would have my phone in my hand, and I don't want to nobody wants that to happen. And that's got to be terrifying for children. So no matter what somebody has done to you, if you don't think that they're truly, like, I understand when Craig had the gun that day, that everybody wanted to call CPS and everything. I understand that. What happened to cause this after the cops had already been there in the morning, I don't know. But that's what I'm going to say about that. And it's a good day, because, 65 years, who lives to be 65? A lot of people don't. A lot of people do not live this long. And here I am. With all my friends, right? All 9 of y'all. Happy birthday, Barb. Welcome. Let's see. Jen Lucas, I saved my life, not my boobs. And Emma Swan. I appreciate all of y'all. And T. Adams, if she comes in, sent me a happy birthday Cash App. Thank you for that. And Billy Sunday sent me, when I didn't see it the other day because I didn't have my notifications on. So anyway, I appreciate those. Every little bit helps. I saved my life, not my boobs, says I did. They gave me 5 years, 17 years ago. I turned 65 in September. Well, happy birthday to you. And Emma Swan says I look young. Well, 65, I don't think it's old. And really, my family lives long. My family, like I said the other day, my mother is almost 90, will be 90 next year, as will my father. And that's a long time for him to be alive. Men don't live as long, and he's not in good health, but he's still alive. And my mother, my grandmother lived to be almost 100, and her sister lived to be over 100. So we got the longevity here. How old are y'all? Let me know how old y'all are. Hey, Lacey. It is a privilege and a blessing. And I had this woman on in the Krama community that I used to, we all used to know each other. And one time, this has been probably a year and a half or so ago, she went live and she was like, and we're not friends or anything. And she just starts talking about me. She goes, Barb's an old lady. Barb's an old lady. She said it over and over and over again. And I'm sitting here like, why does this 50-something-year-old person think that that's funny? Or why are you taunting someone who is a certain age? Like, that's just crazy, because, I must do something right to have made it this far. They're in the 90s. I sure did mess the fuck up, but here I am. And what is it like to be 65? It's like, hey, I'm retired. I can do what I want to do. If I want to come on YouTube and talk, I can. If somebody wants to dance with me, I ain't dancing with you, girl. You too big. I don't want to dance with you. I'm scared of you. I don't want to get in a fight with people, y'all. I came on here. I left because people were lying about me and saying I was sexually coming after them and stuff. And I just can't take those kind of lies. But something changed this year for me, and it just like clicked, and I'm like, wait a minute. And when I came back, I didn't come back and bash Brittany. I came back and I was explaining how how all this affects her children who are in their when you're going through all your life, and you learn and you grow and you go through all this stuff. And I made a video about that, and it got shown by Nonsense and Clue and Grannies. It was on Grannies because of Nonsense and Trisha Talks and all that. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, "Oh, Barb, we love you. You're beautiful. We like you. You're so smart." And then this week, because I came out and said it's too much, we shouldn't talk about Brittany anymore, now everybody's mad. And then we're over in Trisha's the other night showing my video and talking about, I don't like her. And I lost like 30-something subs that night. And I'm like, you loved me a few weeks ago when I was talking about Brittany. But now that I'm saying I'm not doing this anymore, which I haven't even done that much of it, now they're like, Barb's the devil. You are right. Not everyone gets the chance to turn 65. I'm right behind you. Okay, Pink Cotton Candy. Lacey's 56. Beach Boy says, people tell me all the time I look no older than 45, and I'm a year older than you, Barb. Wow, Beach Boy. That's awesome. Emma Swan turned 54 in October. I say my life, not my boobs. It's going to be a great grandma in June. Well, I'm a great aunt. That's very true. A lot of people don't have the privilege to grow older. Excuse me. You're 65. That's what happened. Peace Panda says, Barb, I caught that part of TT's chat, Trisha Talks chat about you. I've been in your entire stream about BJ, and I think they were taking your words out of context. Yeah, Peace Panda, look, it's really easy to do that on here. People have their sides, and anything that you say can be used against you, and not in a court of law, but in here. And so, people are going to say what they're going to say, and I'm not going to chase everybody around the internet to set them straight. You have an opinion about me, that's cool. I'm 65 years old. I'm retired. I have a YouTube channel. I got 31,000 subs, but most of them were from shorts. They don't come in here. I'm like a baby live streamer. Okay. I'm like a baby live streamer. And so I don't get all the attention and all the views. And also I'm not nasty. You got to be nasty or do things that people want to like. I mean, you can make fun of how I look and everything. And man, I'm having a bad hair day. What is up? My hair went, wah! Oh, and the good news is my friend's going home from the hospital today. So I'll be going to see her at home this week. I've already been invited. Okay, the little one's got the zoomies. So Champion's got the zoomies. A lot of people don't have the privilege to grow older. Let's see. Yeah, I just think that people think and believe what they want to. And on here, if somebody's your hero that badmouths everybody and does nothing but talk crap on people, that's your hero. Look, that's cool, but that's not what I'm into. I may not live, and I mean, we all could die tomorrow. We could all die today. Nobody's promised anything. It doesn't matter how old you are. And I'm choosing to have peace as much as I can. I hardly leave home because I just don't need to go anywhere, right? I probably won't even go anywhere today. It's my birthday. I don't care. It's not a big deal. I can go anytime. I got a car sitting right out there. I left yesterday. I mean, it's not like I don't leave my home. It's just that I don't have a whole lot of places I even want to go. Beach Boy says they are like a cult, and if you speak your opinion and it's not the same as theirs, they freak out and hate you. That's what happened. Exactly. I didn't. Thanks, Angela. Appreciate you. Happy birthday. I will give everyone a hint. It pays to moisturize. Zoot Zen Boot said it's 3 a.m. in Australia, so I'd just drop off some slices of birthday cake. All right. I would like to get some ice cream today. I don't have any ice cream in the house, so, I mean, I wouldn't mind going out and getting some ice cream, but I might go get something to eat today, but I just am not. I don't know if it's my medication that I started back on or what, but I'm not hungry. Like, I'm not craving things. This has been going on for about the last week or so. I'm just not, I don't care. I think a lot of people, when they age, they don't, well, old people, okay, and I'm not really that old, but old people will have to be reminded to eat and stuff. It's just something our bodies just change. Yes, I'm so happy she's going home today, and I've heard from her and her mother, because my friend sent me happy birthday messages and all that. The tube came out. She had a tube down her throat. It came out yesterday, and then today she's going home. So that's that. What flavor ice cream would be the best? Well, I like homemade vanilla, Bluebell. Bluebell? I think it's Bluebell. My first job was at Baskin Robbins, and I loved the chocolate mint when I was at Baskin Robbins at 16. And that's part of why my channel's named The Scoop with Barb, because I was also a newspaper reporter, and you got to get the scoop. So that's how my channel name came about. Hey, Charlie Ann, thank you so much. Yours is the 23rd. You're a Christmas baby, huh? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Well, in 1960, we're going to share this. I got this guy's stuff pulled up. So since I was born like late in 1960, it's really more I was, growing up, well, in 61. But, the 60s were the Flintstones? What the heck? Let's see. I did not know that Sprite is introduced by Coca-Cola in 1960. So I guess y'all could call me Sprite, because Sprite came along with me. Yeah, good stuff. Yummy, yummy. You were born on Labor Day, 1960. Well, y'all enjoy going back and looking at what happened in the 60s. In Greensboro, North Carolina, 4 Black students began a sit-in at a segregated Woolworth's kitchen counter. The event triggered many similar nonviolent protests through the southern United States, and 6 months later, the original 4 protesters are served lunch at the same counter. I think it was 1958, when Central High School had the Black students come in and go to class. The National Guard was called out. My father was on the National Guard. They were called out for that. I wasn't born yet, right? And that's probably, the most famous thing that happened in Little Rock when the Central High integration thing. And they have the whole museum. I have not been to it. But they have a museum out by Central High School. And then the other thing was Bill Clinton. He's from Hope, Arkansas, and then he lived in Hot Springs. He went to Hot Springs High School. And then they were in Little Rock when he was governor. So that's the other famous thing here. But Joanne Woodward got the first Hall of Fame. Got her first star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The first star on Hollywood Walk of Fame. Elvis Presley returned from Germany. Dwight Eisenhower signed the Civil Rights Act of 1960. Woohoo! Oh, that's a lot of stuff happening. Beatles began a 48-night engagement at the Indra Club in Hamburg, West Virginia. All this history. The Flintstones, who were often compared to the Honeymooners, aired on television the year I was born. Hey, Toxicity, what's going on? How's it going? Happy birthday, Barb. Remember when Natasha used to go, Barb? Some people were over there today talking about how mean I am and a fence sitter and all this stuff, Toxicity. They were over in the Soups channel. Not a whole lot of people, a few people. Barb's a fence sitter. Toxicity, what do you know about me? You've known me since the first time I went live, I think. What do you know? Hold on a minute. The 60s is my favorite decade, the music, the fashion, the history. Well, I like the 70s, actually. I'm more of a 70s girl. Because, I don't really remember the 60s because I was just a little kid. But my grandfather built our house in the 60s that I grew up in. We had a, split level. Downstairs was just the laundry room and the garage. And then the up level was, where we lived. And so that was, a big deal. Because, it's fun to watch a house being built. If you've never experienced that, like the smelling the lumber and stuff, I can go now into I walk my dogs. And so I'd walk my dogs past this. They were building an apartment whenever I was walking. And I could smell that lumber and it just brings me back. And while I have a trauma-filled childhood, it wasn't all bad, right? So, yes, toxicity, really. Thank you, perfectly. Yes, I wish you nothing but joy and happiness. Thank you. Perfectly was born in 1974. You will speak your mind and don't just go along with everyone else. And that's exactly why I've been here since day one. Thank you, toxicity. Yes, everybody, she's always telling me this. We talk. And she's like, why don't you get to speak? Like, I don't get that either. Like, people can say the worst, nastiest things. And Barb can come in here and say, this is too much. We need to stop this. And now everybody's mad. I'm leaving her channel. They were over in Trisha's the other night talking about me. And she was showing me, and they're like, I'm leaving. And because I didn't know. I was sitting here and I checked up my YouTube right before I went to bed, and I'm like, what happened to my numbers? Like 20-something people had left, and it's just been doing that all weekend. It's been going like this, my numbers. And I'm like, why are people so mad that this dumb woman in Hot Springs, Arkansas said something? Like, y'all, it's just people on the internet. I'm no more important than anybody. Nobody else is more important. We're just people. It's a mob mentality more than a cult, in my opinion. We have seen so much in our lives. I know how to dial a phone, right? My grandparents had this it was a black phone, and it was the dial phone. And, I grew up with dial phones, right? But they weren't that hard. Theirs was like, of course, I had little bitty fingers. I was a little kid, and I'd be like, I always played with that phone because it was so weird. It was hard to use. Yes, I have a right to my opinion, and toxicity is really good about telling me that, and saying I don't get it. Why can't you speak out? Because we go back to the Natasha days, and Natasha used to get mad because I would say things, and I'm not nasty. I don't say things that are below the belt. I don't go real life. I don't do any of that stuff. But yet, when I speak out, it's like I get attacked, and it's not just me. It's just this mentality. I don't get it. 82. Then say peace out. Hey, thanks, Lily Polly. Oh, thank you, toxicity. Peace says, I'm more like you, Barb. I don't want to follow mob mentality, but make my own decisions based on what I see and hear, not just to go along to get along. One of the things that happened to me this year was that it clicked in my mind, the trauma that I've lived on, and y'all don't need to hear. It's stuff that you would be like, probably think that's no big deal. But what it is like, it popped into my, a light bulb came on, and it was like, oh. And it just cleared up a lot of things for me. And I got like this boost of confidence that, it's okay. You're okay. You're not this horrible thing that I was made to believe growing up. Like I was there was a lot wrong with me. And then on top of that, you know, I'm gay. And so I've got family that don't give two shits about that. They don't like that. And so you put that on top of it. And well, I haven't heard from my family. It's my birthday. So, I mean, you know, I'm the bad guy. And that's what I grew up with. So I come on here and I state my opinion. And people are mad about it. And okay. You have a voice and get your point across respectfully. Those people were never your people. That's right. I mean, if people are leaving because I liked Barb for a few weeks, but then I left. You left when I didn't join in on the crap. That's when y'all left. And that's cool. You bye. I mean, you know, you don't like me. No, I don't want you to be around. I mean, look, I got 14 people in here. It's, you know, I'm not popular. We were programmed, right? Okay, and then the France tested its first A-bomb. In 1961, President Kennedy advises all prudent families to have a bomb shelter. This is what things were like in I just want y'all to realize how things are different, because kids that grew up later, like y'all had phones growing up. We didn't have that kind of stuff. We didn't have this computer in our hands. The DNA genetic code is broken. The IBM Selectric typewriter is introduced. The United States launched its first test of the Minuteman intercontinental ballistic missile. Ballistic missile. Oh, check this out. The Vietnam War officially begins along with 400 U.S. personnel. Wow. The Vietnam War started in 61. Barbie gets a boyfriend when the Ken doll is introduced. Did you see that? Look, Barbie gets Ken in when I was just a baby. They called me Barbie growing up, and I hated that. So at some point after I became an adult, I was like, I don't have to call myself that anymore. And I didn't, and I don't. Black and white TVs with 2 to 4 channels, depending on the rabbit ears. We lived kind of out from the city, but I think actually the towers were closer to us than this. I don't know, but we got pretty much 4 channels before we got cable. We did not have color TV. I know for a fact when we moved into that house in the late 60s, we did not, because we would go to my parents' friend's house and watch The Wizard of Oz. They used to show The Wizard of Oz like one day a year, not just go in there and watch streaming, right? They showed it, and we would go over there and watch it because they had a color TV. Oh, you did? Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Toxicity. Thank you for the Cash App. That is so sweet of you. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to even leave the house, but I'll get some ice cream for sure this week. Yeah, those rabbit ears we put aluminum foil on the rabbit ears and moved them all around. And 10 p.m., do you know where your children are? Right? I remember that. Oh, and the Russians sent the first man to space in 1961. John F. Kennedy becomes the 35th president of the United States. He established the Peace Corps. General Hospital debuted. Well, these are my oldies but goodies. The Beatles' first record, My Bonnie, released. The Rolling Stones make their debut at London's Marquee Club. This is in 62. That's a lot of stuff happening, right? Yeah. And then those sign off on the TVs, like you at night. If you stayed up late enough, you'd get this sign off screen, and that was all the TV. Yes, you had to get up to change the channel. Do you remember? It was more like in the 70s or 80s when we got the cable boxes with the long cord, and you could take it over to the sofa or your chair and push those buttons on it. Y'all remember those? Well, first we got the cable box that didn't have the long cord, and you could go over there. You had to get up and go do it. But before cable, you had to just go to the TV and it was, cranking over the thing. We were the remote. Yeah, the kids were the remote. Never had cable. We got cable, I think, in the 70s. And I graduated in 79. Oh, the first James Bond film, John Lennon secretly marries Cynthia Powell. Cuban Missile Crisis. Soviet missiles. The personal computer is first mentioned by the media in 1962. Wow. The films American Graffiti and Animal House are set in 1962. I did not know that. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that Animal House was set that far back. Diet Right is the first sugar-free soda introduced. Pull tabs on cans were introduced in 1962, y'all. Wow. Wow. So what's everybody doing today? Anybody have any questions for me about what's been going on? I wanted to take the dogs for a walk, finally get myself out today, but it's cloudy and cold. I just don't know. I need the sun to come out for me to get out and do something fun like that. Let's see what else. The Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub in Los Angeles, the first disco in the United States, is open. Hey, did y'all hit the like button? Because that's all I'm asking today is just please hit the like button. I laugh and joke about what's going on, but it does hurt my feelings when people are rude and get mad and say things that are not true about me. That nobody wants to hear that stuff. I just want to be able to say what I want to say and not in a mean way, but my opinion. I don't go hard at people. I had a whole life before you were even born. That's right. Boobs is deep cleaning. Oh, I need to clean my house. Thank you, hippie sissy. Good to see you. Oh, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thank you. Okay, the Coca-Cola Company debuted its first diet drink, Tab Cola. Who has ever heard of Tab? Oh, you are? Okay, toxicity. Dr. No, the first James Bond movie, was shown in U.S. theaters. Zip codes were introduced. In 1964, oh, my favorite car, Ford Motors introduces the Mustang. You have in a pink can, me. What about Fanta and what are the other old diet drinks? Studebaker Packard introduced seatbelts as standard equipment in 1964, y'all. We didn't have seatbelts in our cars growing up. RC Cola. I remember that. RC Cola. My sister was addicted to black cherry Tab and had to stop, doctor's orders, because it was hurting her insides. Oh, Shasta. Everybody remembers that. Let's see. The Beatles hold the top 5 positions on the Billboard. Look at that. The top 5 positions. Due mostly to the explosive growth, fragmentation, and marketing of popular music since the certain to never happen again. The top songs in America as listed on April 4th in order are Can't Buy Me Love, Twist and Shout, She Loves You, Yeah, 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 I want to hold your hand and please, please me. Sorry, I killed all those for you. $5 billion worth of vending machine sales. Wow, that's some big news. Fresca. Yes, mom goes like that to keep you from flying through the windshield. Yep. Hey, River Rat, good to see you. Hey. River Rat knows how mean I am. Peace Panda says, haha, yes, I did the same with my young son. River Rat's here. I wonder if Natasha's going to come over and say hi to me. Let's see, we're up to 1965. That was the year that the cold blood killers convicted of murdering 4 members of the Herbert Clutter family were executed by hanging. I'm a pussycat. Hey, Connie, good to see you. Bob Dylan elicits controversy among folk purists by going electric. Jefferson Airplane, remember them? Debuted at the Matrix in San Francisco. The Beatles performed their first stadium concert. Wow. Did anybody ever see the Beatles? Days of Our Lives debuted in 1965. My mother and grandmother, well, a lot of people watch that, but you as a kid, you're going to watch what your mom watches. My mother worked, so I watched these soaps like off and on. My grandmother's, like my grandparents, they watched like hours of it when I was a kid, like this soap to this soap to this soap, and then the noon show on TV with Dialing for Dollars. And I remember when it would have been in the 70s. It was during one of the Olympics, and there was like armed, like there was some kind of kidnapping or something. I just remember that was on that, interrupted all their shows, but it was bad. We had to read In Cold Blood in high school. Oh, wow. Connie was born in 1959, so she knows how it is to be older. Gorillas, yes, Gorillas. My mom and grandma watched that, got me interested in watching. Let's see. A Charlie Brown Christmas, the first Peanuts television special, debuted on CBS. Well, growing up, I was like Snoopy, Woodstock fan. That was my thing, and it came out, when I was 5, 4. Excuse me. Taster's Choice free dried coffee is introduced in 1966. Let's see. The Church of Satan is formed by Anton Zahn, blah, 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 in San Francisco. The final new episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show airs. Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sweet. I'm just looking at my phone. All righty. Let's see what else. You named your beagle Snoopy? How cute. We had beagles too. We had beagles. We had a beagle when I was a kid, and then my parents got one. My mom got one about when I got out of the house. Sawed off hedgehog. She's looking for a new talk show host. Y'all are funny. The final new episode of the Dick Van Dyke Show airs. Bob Dylan broke his neck and almost died in a motorcycle accident near Woodstock. The Beatles played their last concert. Their very last, not first last, very last. They played their very last concert in Candlestick Park in San Francisco, California. Star Trek debuted. I didn't know some of this stuff was this old. Let's see. Grace Slick performs live for the first time with Jefferson Airplane. 1967, Rolling Stone magazine is founded. I see a few people came in. Hi, people watching that aren't in chat. I love you too. Or not. I don't know if you're mean to me. I don't love you. I'm so old. I grew up with Leif Garrett. I grew up with Donny Osmond. My first concert my parents took us to was Donny Osmond. Well, it wasn't Donny Osmond. It was the Osmonds because Donny's like a year older than me, I think. And so I don't even remember if he even sang. But yeah, I grew up on the Osmonds, and then the Jacksons came along, the Jackson 5. We did not go see them, but we did go see Donnie and Marie. That was the Osmonds was my first concert. And they called it Puppy Love. Oh, yeah, motorcycles are very scary. I know people who have passed away on motorcycles, especially if you don't wear a helmet and stuff. Even if you do, you could hurt yourself really bad. And in fact, I was watching, the dash cam videos that you can see on YouTube, and these people were running from the cops on a motorcycle, and they got thrown off of the motorcycle, and you know what happens then. You saw the Jackson 5 reunion in the 80s. I would have loved to see that. Yeah, I went to a concert with my parents to see the Osmonds. Jim Morrison of The Doors defies CBS censors on the Ed Sullivan Show when Morrison sings the word higher from their number one hit, Light My Fire, despite being asked not to. Can you imagine if the word higher couldn't even be said? This is when I grew up in, right? And now you come on here and people are saying all kinds of stuff, all kinds of bad stuff. Yeah, it was Leif Garrett. I love The Doors. Well, he said higher, and that was censored. Love is a many splendor thing. Debuts on U.S. daytime television as the first soap opera to deal with an interracial relationship. CBS censors find it too controversial and ask for it to be stopped, causing show creator Erna Phillips to quit. Y'all, see, this is what I was talking about the other day. When people were talking about being racist and stuff, I grew up in a time when it was not only acceptable to be racist against others, even on TV, like an interracial relationship was too controversial to be on TV. In 1967, and here we are all these years later, and we've got, gays on, you've got almost every TV show, like the medical shows and all these stuff, they always have these, couples that are all different, gay, bisexual, lesbian, black, white, you know what I'm saying? And growing up, we didn't see that. We only heard the negative about other people. And some people don't grow out of that as they age. And some of us were too smart for that. So that's what it used to be like. And then Walt Disney's full-length animated feature, The Jungle Book, was released and became an enormous box office and critical success. LSD was declared illegal by the United States government. Oops, I did some of that one time, a few times. Richard Nixon was elected president. Remember that, y'all? Anybody remember that? Are we having fun? Nobody's having much fun, are we? I wish they'd just stop throwing a token minority in commercials. Just make the minority a majority and be done with it. Yeah, River Rat, they do. I just remember, because when I was growing up, and I was, even as an adult, still grappling with, this thing about being gay, or I'm gay and I'm hiding it, and I'm, all this stuff. It's not easy, y'all. It wasn't easy then. It might be easier now, but you see how people are about it. People are mean. And as a child who was always, the focus of taunting and being made fun of and just all this stuff, to then, on top of thinking that you're not worth a shit, you discover that, oh, and I'm gay too. And in the, early 80s, like, oh my God, how, oh my God. It's not, it's difficult. Do it now. It's 2025. It's all over television. There's all these couples. There's, there's books about it and all this stuff. I mean, the libraries are banning books about gay people, even now. Just imagine, 25 years ago, even, or when I was a kid. I mean, all you hear about is how bad. Ooh, the other people of another race, people of another sexuality. You didn't even hear about it, really. The only thing you ever heard about was that he's queer, or well, it's not easy to live with that unless if you came from the perfect family that treated you with love and respect and loved you no matter what. Like, as a parent, if I had children, I don't care. As long as they were happy and healthy, I don't give a flying who they'd marry. How could you, as a loving parent, not care about who your child? I mean, how could you hate your child for who they are? You made them. You remember all of the stuff that I'm reading out over here? The first class postage stamp raises to 6 cents. What is it now, like 70? Johnny Cash recorded live at Folsom Prison. The musical Hair officially opened on Broadway. One Life to Live premiered, featuring Tommy Lee Jones and Lawrence Fishburne. I didn't realize they were on like soaps back then. Oliver, I went to see that when I was a kid. Based on the hit London Broadway musical, opened in the United States after being released first in England. It will go on to win the Academy Award for Best Picture. Please, sir, may I have some more, please? How did he say that? Please, sir, may I have some more? I had some oatmeal for breakfast, because that's what I wanted. All right, anybody? Are y'all still with me? Are you bored? I know it's boring over here. It is. It's more fun to talk about ugliness. Well, in 1969, Neil Armstrong walked on the moon. A lot of people don't believe that we ever even went to the moon, but that's what it is. 624 pair of pantyhose are produced. Who wore pantyhose back in the day? Who had the egg? Who got the egg? Back in the day, you couldn't even buy pantyhose on Sunday in Arkansas. We had blue laws. You still can't buy alcohol here on Sunday at all. Well, you can in restaurants. Legs, yeah. Not bored. I think this is interesting. Thank you. She's got legs. She knows how to use them. Let's see. The Manson family killed Leno and Rosemary LaBianca. Monty Python's Flying Circus airs its first episode in BBC. I never saw Monty Python. Never saw that. The Manson family hippie cult is charged with the Tate LaBianca murders. I guess we've got 68. Oh, so that's all of that. Y'all want me to go to the 70s? Well, there aren't any 70s on this. Let's see if there's a 70s. Da, 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 da. Helter Skelter. Beach Boy says that my grandpa says the moon landing was filmed in Arizona. I've wanted to cover that. I wanted to talk about conspiracies and stuff, and then I always put off what I want to do, and I end up talking about some of the drama. And I mean, it's really not what I've wanted my channel to be for the last several years. But I keep, it's like if you speak your mind about the community, it's like what's been happening, oh, we don't like her. We liked her at first, but we don't like her now. Well, I've been here since, 4 years now. So it's because y'all didn't know me. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about, what do you think about what happened to Brittany, the swatting? If you don't know, she had the cops came out yesterday morning, and then last night there were armed officers, not from the regular police, with helmets and big guns and all that at her house. That pic of the U.S. flag, because it was, straight out, it looked like it. I think they just made it that way, didn't they? So that it wouldn't just fall down, because flags just wilt down on themselves. I have a gay pride flag in here somewhere, a little tiny one. I don't know where it is. Why did they show up? Well, the night before, Craig said he had a big gun that basically would hurt somebody like, you'd look like Swiss cheese when it got done with you. And she got off the live stream, and he was saying other bad stuff too. And he got off the live stream, and then he said, she got off, and then she went on live yesterday morning and said that the cops had been there. Moving in space, I imagine there's no flag wilting going on. Peace Panda says, I personally think there are bad things going on in that house. I'm not convinced that the haters are behind these calls, but I'll wait for more evidence. Peace Panda, yeah, I don't know. I think that, for one thing, you don't ever know what's going on in, like, who's watching. Like I was saying this the other day, like, these people, they'll have 1,500 to 1,000, 2,000 people in their chats, and I don't know how many, participating in watching, and only a handful of those, a percentage of those are actually chatting, and you don't know who's watching. You don't know if someone, like, what if your next door neighbor is watching, so you never know who called the cops or who's over there that's going to hurt you. That's one thing that's scary. But yeah, I would, I think it was Deets, or, those women over there. I don't know them, but there was something about, they were live last night, and somebody had sent them a photo, the night vision photo showing these guys were really there. I don't know how this got spread around. I don't know. And Brittany did not go live last night that I know of. Connie says Craig needs to keep his mouth closed. Yeah, it's not a good situation over there. Oh, I've still got that domestic violence thing up there. Not that it's bad to be up there, but I need to take that down. There we go. This one I used to use. Super Hedgehog. Super hedgehog. So, I mean, whenever you're having to call outside, cops to come and everything. I mean, she's had at least 4 CPS calls. I don't see how this is going on and CPS isn't coming back out. Normally you don't just have cops come to your house with helmets and big guns and children in the house and no CPS. So I would imagine CPS came out. I don't know that though. I'm not in that field. I've never worked with DHS or anything. But what do you think about that? I mean, does anybody have an opinion about, anybody? Do you want me to play anything from it? What do you want me to do? Want me to go? Just like, okay, bye. Well, Craig needs to keep his mouth closed. He's very angry, and drinking and anger and guns don't mix. And so whatever's going on, I can't imagine that somebody from the internet would have called back and got the SWAT out there. I don't know what they would have said. I really don't. I mean, because she wasn't live when it happened, because she wasn't live last night that I know of, unless she was members live or something. Speculation on the streets is that their house is being watched because of past calls, evidence. Again, speculation at this point, but that might be the case. So if their house is being watched, what would cause the cops to come in, guns blazing and stuff? I mean, unless there's traffic coming in and out. Like you could sit out and watch my house all day and all you're gonna see is Champ likes to look out the one window over there. She can get on the end of the love seat and get in the windowsill. You might see her little head pop up, or you might see me peek out to see what the noise is outside. But other than that, I'm not going to see a whole lot here. Go out in my backyard, you might see me and the dogs because we go out there a lot. Brittany wonders why police are called with his mouth getting them in trouble. Well, she does worry about losing her channel over his mouth. Hey, William, good to see you. Hey, guys. Peace Panda, some people are saying law enforcement may have seen YouTube videos where Craig waved a gun and made threats of violence towards some people. Okay. I just feel like something had to have happened yesterday, or something happened. The cops were there in the morning. I don't have proof of that. I don't know that anybody saw proof of that. I don't know. I mean, maybe they did. I didn't. I haven't seen the picture of these people with helmets. Maybe I can just pull up where they were talking about it. Hillbilly Belinda's live and says Brittany J got swatted, but I can't play anybody's live. But let me see. I'm in my history. Maybe I can. Here, let me play this. This will explain what they were saying about it. So I don't have to. Now I got to. Let's see this. Y'all want to see what this is? Clipper. It's Geeks chasing Nunya and Jones talking about tactical team at BJ's.
Oh, she got this from across the road or whatever. Because we saw the whole, what do you call them? the people, the religious people who came to the house.
The Mormons.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Linda, I'm done. All right, whoever did this is a fucking ball sucking bitch, and I hope they find out. I hope they fucking find out who it was.
I do too.
Motherfuckers.
This is insane.
It's absolutely insane what I just looked at. Fuck you people. Literally fuck you people.
Yes, he did say something bad about Chris Proudfoot when he was saying that. And Chris Proudfoot, if you recall, is the one who was talking about Brittany running backwards into a field of dicks a while back. So, I mean,
that's insane. And her kids are at the house? Okay. I'm going to hop down because I love you. And I'm definitely going to say crazy shit right now. And I don't want to do that on your panel. So they can eat the fattest dick. Seriously. They need to go to jail, whoever did this. Like, they need a beating. And
I cannot. Sorry, I was quiet because I was like sending that to Tracy. I had permission to send one photo to her, and I did. And I just thinking about it, like I can't imagine.
I'm shaky.
What her kids went through.
What is going on?
Yeah, that would be scary for them.
Multiple officers, and it does not appear to be from a local agency.
can y'all hear this? Because this is scary. And hey, thanks, Brittany. I didn't really intend to get into this, but I mean, it is what's going on today. So happy birthday, Barb.
it doesn't appear to be. Come on.
Showed up at her home tonight.
Who's
Like
on, Brittany?
full fucking gear.
Brittany's.
Full gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're out here fucking getting the bitch swatted.
Yeah.
That's true. That's another thing I did not say. Tracy's right. They are in. They do
Full
have
gear.
their vests on and they're strapped down.
How do
It
y'all
doesn't say
know?
SWAT, but yes, I was sent.
They got a photo.
A few things to confirm it, and I was told
Hold
not to talk about it, but I was told I could confirm what I saw, and yes,
Who got a photo?
I did.
No,
So,
but who
okay.
took the photo? Was
It
did
came
Brittany
from her
take the
camera.
photo?
Brittany
Okay.
took
Came
the
from her
photo.
cameras. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
But-
just making sure. Okay.
So one of her people come in here earlier and said, you know, she was swatted for a second time, and we're like, okay. So everybody kind of just like let the comment go.
She was swatted for a second time. And see, the thing is, people overuse the word swatted because police coming for a wellness check is not swatting. Police coming in with helmets and big guns, that probably was a SWAT, right? I mean, I don't know. But these girls, these women have seen a photo for proof that they were there. They're swatting BJ. Well, we don't know who called. And they're blaming content creators, but it could have been somebody in their real life. Who knows?
By, but then people start.
We only see y'all. We only see each other. You only see a creator when they're live. And you don't even see most people because they don't show themselves, which is their prerogative. That's cool. But you see me, this is what I look like. This is what I say. This is pretty much how I am not on camera because I'm just being myself, right? I'm not putting on any airs or anything. So what you see from Brittany when she's live and what Craig's doing in the background, that doesn't just stop when the camera's off. You mean when the live stream ends? So we don't know what goes on.
Started seeing it, and we're like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, she got swatted. She just told us in the Discord. And so she's typing all of this, and we're all like, what? What are you talking about?
I said, if this happened, because I couldn't confirm it. I mean, that's what her mods are saying, but I wasn't going to say this happened without confirmation. And so someone close to Brittany sent me the confirmation, and it is full confirmation and I asked for permission to clarify that I have seen it and can confirm that that took place, and I was given that permission. And so that's the only part I'm going to speak on. But it's more than it's his madness. This is fucking
girl.
madness.
A
Yeah,
full
it's definitely
proper SWAT.
tactical gear,
It's
body
night.
armor, vests, holstered weapons,
It's night, Jacob.
Bakalov, whatever you call those.
Wow.
Blah,
The
blah,
lights are on the vehicles, and
Lights are on the vehicles. They've got those covers that you put on. I wear them when I go hiking sometimes when it's really cold. They cover everything but this right here. Cover up your head. They go down. They cover up. They tuck it like you put them under your clothes, and so you've got this wrap around here. I don't know if y'all have worn those, but it keeps all that heat in. And they were wearing those, and they had big guns, and you know that's a lot. That's not just your regular police coming out for a wellness check. So something had to have caused this tactical team to come out, and that's scary.
It's like
It's
a,
a whole
I mean, it's
situation.
the black and white photo, but yeah, it's night. You can tell it's night.
It's a whole situation. I would freak the fuck out if they came to my house. I don't even know what I would do. I don't.
They want something so bad to happen. It's so crazy. It's like, what kind of world are we living in?
I have no words.
That's
Like,
wild as fuck. Like they've attempted and attempted and attempted. And yeah,
But we don't know who
Pearl's
they is.
right. They finally properly got her swatted.
And we
Good
don't
job.
know. We don't know why they're there. We don't know what was said to send them there. But I can confirm that they were there.
Right.
I
Oh.
count in our. I can confirm that there were multiple officers, and multiple vehicles.
Multiple. She makes sure everybody hears multiple. So when you think of multiple officers, what do you think? I think, well, at least 5. Me, that's what I would think. I would think at least 5. Lights are on the cars. They've got big guns. They've got everything covered. They've got on helmets. I live close to the police station, and I drive behind it a lot. And there's, the big SWAT vehicles and all that back there. And I remember not too long ago, the SWAT was out somewhere in town, and somebody said that I didn't even know we had SWAT vehicles. And I'm like, yeah, we do. Everybody's got them.
And that's what I'm going to confirm at this time until more comes out. But I was given permission to confirm they are in. They got their vests. They're strapped down. It's not just like my son-in-law's law enforcement. It's not just what he's wearing to work.
Yeah.
This is different.
This isn't like your
completely
neighborhood cops, your regular
No,
sheriffs. No.
This isn't like state. I don't know what it is.
Our
It's
regular
hard to tell.
cops look
Yeah.
different than even our sheriffs do. Like they dress differently and they look different in
Ours
their
too.
gear. These are like geared up ballistic vests, helmets, duty belts. What?
Yeah.
It's a whole situation. There's no
Duty
way.
belts.
It's something. It's
Can we say
something.
the word SWAT? Like that's a SWAT task force? No, because
I
I don't even
cannot,
know.
because I don't. I mean, they might be. I mean, they look like it. I'll say that they sure as hell look like a
It
SWAT
could be
team.
the North Carolina has like a tactical team.
Mhm.
I think each regional area does, so hers will be different from mine. But based on
I just I can't even imagine why they would come back out that night like that when they had been there in the morning. If there wasn't another call, if there wasn't something else that happened. But I mean, I guess anybody could call in and say something was going on that wasn't. So how would we know? Big girl over here.
this clothing,
It doesn't say SWAT on their. Well, not on what I can't make out because it's a night vision picture. I can't make out what it says
Yeah.
on the back of that vest.
Yeah,
But
DP.
No, I don't think anybody
He-
knows who called. I think the person who called is the
I-
person who's
I
responsible.
wouldn't have expected that Brittany would be the star show for, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really a big mess over there. And for her to be the center of what's going on around here is pretty crazy. Good to see you. I'm doing well. So everybody's good. Nobody's in jail. Everybody's safe. I don't know because Brittany went on and shared it with these ladies. So I don't know. I mean, she went on apparently on Discord and told everybody that this happened and had photos. So I'm not sure. I'm not in anybody's Discord.
For it, and I think
Same.
100% you are a piece of shit
Piece
person,
of shit, bro.
and ultimately you obviously probably do not
Need
have
help.
any type of common sense, and you are
Hey, but DPT, not everybody's not getting money from it. I'm not. I lost my monetization over shorts videos, and then I had a senior moment when I went to reapply when I got my watch time, and I hadn't deleted all these videos that I should have deleted because I'm dumb, right? I messed up, and I had to wait 90 days. So coming in, hopefully I'll get everything. You don't know. They don't tell you which videos it is. And I have hundreds. Like I had over 800 shorts in there. So I've got to go through them. I need to go through them. I've been deleting, but I need to delete more. So not everybody's making money off of Brittany.
Are way too emotionally invested where you think you are actually helping the children
Mhm.
and ultimately you are harming them
Yeah.
over and over and over again. That's fucking wild.
Mhm.
So that we have, I guess, SRT teams. It's called the Special Response Team,
Team, yeah.
and then a Highway Patrol Tactical. So I'm going to look
Mhm.
at our.
To be clear, this somebody in the chat is saying she said this morning it was a detective that came out. So according to what they're saying, there was a call this morning. Yes, she's already gone live. She already talked about that. She's not going live tonight because somebody else apparently called, and this time it came with a huge presence. Well, I don't want to say huge. I don't know if huge is
Not
right
small.
the way to
It's
say
not
it,
small.
but
Not for
yeah,
a house.
small.
okay. A not small group of law enforcement officers in tactical gear.
Let me tell you this. The reason that I don't believe that this has anything to do with this morning's, and this is just my belief, I don't have confirmation on this, is because they're not leaving with anybody. Nobody was removed from that home. This wasn't a, oh, we found something disturbing this morning. Now we got to go in and remove Craig
Right.
from the house or
I
Brittany.
just
They're
looked.
still there.
Nobody
It's
is
the
being
CERT
removed
team.
from the home.
I just double checked.
So nobody got removed. The kids are still there. I mean, who's calling in and saying something so terrible is happening that they have to call in the tactical team? I mean, y'all, that would take. I mean, to get swatted is a bad thing, and you could have killed anybody in that home. The trauma that's causing these kids. That's how I got brought back into this community. Well, I got brought back in because I knew Brittany 3 years ago and had her on my channel, or 4 years ago, whenever it was. But when I came and I said, okay, you brought me back, let me talk. I was talking about Brittany and how this affects her kids and stuff. This kind of stuff is only going to damage her children. Can you imagine being 10, 11 years old and you've got cops at your house twice in one day? And the second time they come in, they're fully armed with helmets and, lights flashing, and it's just scary.
It's a CERT team. So
What is a CERT team?
So
I
it's
don't
a
know what that
special
is.
response team to resolve dangerous situations safely. They
Yes,
respond to high.
Glenjamin. That's what I'm saying. Those kids, they're not out in the world enough. They don't. I mean, I'm not saying they need to be out in the world more. I'm just saying at that age, it appears the kids play video games all the time. I mean, that's what kids do nowadays. They're not involved in anything that we hear about outside the home, like many of us were when we were kids. So I don't even know. Amber says it's hard for me to believe anything coming from her. That's one of the reasons I talked about Brittany, because she lies so much about stuff. And so I never know what she can believe that she's saying or not, because she falls asleep on her channel and screams and yells, I'm not asleep. I wasn't sleeping, when we all heard her sleep. And then later it was, oh yeah, I was tired. I went to sleep. So when you say I wasn't sleeping, you're lying. We see how easy it is for you to lie. Then why would we believe anything you say? That's how liars lose it.
High-risk situations outside of the normal
They
resources and
respond to
capabilities.
swatting.
Their duties and responsibility include high-risk arrests, performing hostage rescue, armed intervention, and engaging armed criminals. The CERT team in North Carolina is equipped with special firearms equipment. Members of the CERT team are carefully selected, must undergo rigorous trainings, emphasis is placed on physical fitness, etc. And that one's like Brunswick County. But yeah, I guess it's based on this clothing. I just looked up the clothing, and then I
Can you
looked
send
at
me a
how many-
screenshot of what you're seeing?
Sure, yeah.
I wish we could see the
I'll send it to you right
screenshots.
now, and it's the same.
Flood is South Carolina.
Yeah, this is
not North Carolina.
SR.
I made that error earlier too.
So the night before, when he's talking about the Swiss cheese and stuff, and the police come out that morning, and then, I'm wondering, did he start drinking again? And because typically you're going to act out if you're an acting out kind of person in the way he is when you're drinking. So maybe he started drinking again, and maybe some stuff happened. But then, if that's true, then how would the outside world know? How would people on the internet know when she wasn't live to go call the cops? I don't even know.
God, I know where Tracy lives, and for some reason I thought it was like, oh, what?
So until it's proven, we just assume. Assume what?
I don't
know what you
listen.
want.
I've told you everything I know. I don't have permission to share the photo, therefore I'm not going to do that. It was sent to me because I said if this happened and they wanted to prove to me it did.
Has anybody
and then I
seen
asked,
the photo?
can I at least confirm it?
Have any of you people watching seen any of these photos that they, and I believe them. I don't think these women would come on here and make this up because they're disgusted it happened. They're not going to come on here and make that up. Peace Panda says, I don't have a dog in the fight, yet I can see things are way off in that house. Yet her subs mods constantly normalize their behavior and blame other people. Maybe he threatened the wrong person. Well, you know, he was supposedly the night before threatening Chris Proudfoot, right? That's what everybody said. That's who he was talking about. So it could be that something was going on with that. But I mean, no, I'm not putting that on Chris Proudfoot at all. I don't have any idea. I'm just saying. So, I mean.
And I was told I could confirm what I'm seeing, and that's all I have to give to you.
Right. I mean, what is she supposed to do?
Yeah.
Benjamin, somebody was listening to her dispatch at that time.
I mean, Nunna
Live?
and Jones don't even have this. I was given permission to send one thing over to Tracy, and that's what I did. I'm not going to go back on what was asked of me. So I'm not going to
Someone
give
was
more
hitting
than
at ATF. Hmm.
I don't.
Well, I don't know who someone is, but to assume it's somebody from the dark side, nobody here has accused anyone from the dark side. I
No, I think it's
specifically
anybody.
spoke
No,
of.
no,
I'm specifically speaking.
And I'm not accusing Chris Proudfoot. Don't get my words twisted. I'm just saying that's what I heard that he was talking about the night before when he was talking about the Swiss cheese. So, you know, and most of the time when somebody's drunk, they're going to pass out at some point during the night. And then, so maybe this all started back the next day. You know, it's weird to me, like I'm saying, how would the internet, how would all these, you know, people from the dark side know that something was going on in the house? I mean, they could have made it up. I mean, that's possible. But that takes some nerve because, you know, you could get found out if you made that up. And not only did you did that cause possible harm to Brittany's family, but it also took time and energy from these officers who were out there, probably on overtime.
Of the person who called, where when I said they have no common sense, they have no empathy, and they don't give a fuck about those kids, I am specifically speaking of whoever made that call. That is not talking about the dark side at all. So I think you're assuming that that's who I'm talking about, and that's not who I'm talking about.
Yeah, please don't do those things and go spreading rumors that people are doing that, because nobody's doing that.
And it could be Connie's, you know, maybe someone around them, who knows? Maybe, you know, maybe something was going on and Brittany was sharing it and somebody called. I mean, you know, maybe word got out. A million different ways. But it's weird. It is weird and it's dangerous. And this is why, you know, I made the video about this is too much. It's not entertainment anymore. It's gone too far. And now I'm this horrible person because I'm not, they evidently thought I was part of this dark side and I never was. I was not, just because I talked about Brittany a few times didn't put me in with the dark side. And then when I'm not speaking out against Brittany and I'm like, this is too much, now I'm suddenly the enemy. And that's cool. Y'all can do whatever
Nobody
you want.
knows who called, what happened. Nobody knows. I hate that kind of stuff. All right, Deets, I sent it to you.
This baby's so
And I'm just looking up
spoiled.
specific divisions within that area just to see if there's anything closer to what they're wearing, but no.
Kim, I 1,000% agree with you. I don't think she needs to show shit to prove anything to anybody. I think, unfortunately, I think she will, but I don't think that she has to show anything to anybody. And I think that ultimately, like, she should log off and just care for her kids for a little while. It won't stop them because as soon as she comes back, they'll just rile it back up. But
Sorry, I went to grab a new pop. I didn't
But
plan
I
on
do
being
agree
here
with
this
you.
long. For once, I normally was thinking just 3 hours, but oh yeah, that's
Bro, I
kinda what
done
it looks
ate a
like.
steak dinner, went to sleep, woke up, went and got some sweet tarts at the
Bonnie,
gas.
you should hear what they were saying. And then one of them's coming after me. So I'm like, why? What did I do?
Station, y'all are still going. I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like the SRT team. So
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be. You got to think too, where she lives, it's a tiny little place. It's not very big. Same with here. It's not very big. So if you try and look up like specialized groups
that
here,
had to be so scary for those boys.
yeah, they get masks and shit. They wear those face mask things. I don't like
Mhm.
that. That is terrifying to me.
Mm.
I can't imagine what Jace would do. Oh,
I am too, Bear. I feel like there's no way to say, because I feel like if you say, oh, this is because of the clip of Craig, we don't know that, because then you'd be speaking to the intentions of the caller. I think you
Yeah.
can say, like, I'd assume, like, I think it's a good assumption, but ultimately it's still an assumption that it has something to do with the clip of Craig. So I think that's the hard part is, again, you can't speak to the intentions of why that person called unless they come forward and tell you why they called and what they said, or unless somebody foils it and it comes out that way.
You know, part of the reason that I stated the other day about all that is that, you're pushing and prodding a man who's over there drinking and saying the most vile things. And you're pushing and prodding and going back and forth. And that doesn't take the blame away from Brittany. But at the same time, it doesn't take the blame away from the people that are doing it either. And this is what happened from all of that. And, the dangerous thing that happened is somebody could have been hurt. And that's all I've been saying. And the people who were, if somebody on the internet is the one who did this for just the random fuck of it, you're wrong for doing that. You're wrong for
Who
doing
knows?
that.
I don't know what North Carolina provides in their FOIAs. So it's still, that won't speak to their intentions, unfortunately.
right. Check your message real quick, Dee. I was
Okay.
asking something. I don't know if I'm seeing something that
Hang on.
I think I'm seeing the right thing, but I don't know.
Right, Holly? It makes you grateful to have older kids and adult children, because I don't know how anybody with young kids hangs out here anymore.
That's what I
what
thought.
did he
I can now. There's a comment there. Well, the chick Craig said was a lot. I can see her own people being concerned. It could be just. Bye, River Rat. Thank you for coming in. Have the best 65th year. I will.
do, bro?
It's
What
terrifying.
did he do? Talk shit? Because I've heard the claim
Well,
that he talked a gun.
well, yeah,
I've heard a lot of things today.
yeah. I mean, I think it's fair to say that he internet threatened. He talked shit to Chris Proudfoot for sure, and internet threatened Chris Proudfoot from however many states away, 1 state away, 3 states away, whatever. But I do not see her own people. Her people. Why would her people be more concerned about Craig threatening Chris Proudfoot and then calling the police where her children are? Like, I think her people would be more concerned for her and her children, her real supporters. So I mean, again, you never know. We don't know who made that call. Like, that's just the truth of it. But
We don't know.
I just think logically that wouldn't be like, again, is it on the list of a possibility? Sure. But
You won't be able to tell what
it's-
sparked it.
it's not likely, but yeah.
Because that happened last night, right? The first call wasn't called in until this morning. And
Well,
now
technically it was this morning, because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
I
And
thought
then and then the clips came out.
right. And then I thought she said they showed up after the boys had went to school. I could be wrong.
Yes, so the first call, I guess, came in this morning, which
Now, to me, that's weird that you would hear him say that at midnight-ish and not call the cops out until later that morning after the kids had gone to school. I mean, that right there was weird to me because, he's probably passed out from drinking at that point.
Right. It logically, if you could take your emotions for how you feel about what Craig said or what Brittany did or how you feel about the dark side people or all of those things, right? If you take your emotions out of them, then you look at the timeline. I've seen a lot of people saying, well, why would somebody, if they were so concerned about kids, why would they wait until this morning? Well, what if they weren't up all night long? What if they didn't see it? What if the first time they seen it was when they opened their YouTube app this morning and they started to see the clip channels that had that, or the channels who were live, whoever was live about it and talking?
I did not hear the gun. I don't think he had a gun, but that's just me. Some people were saying that it was her creaky chair. Brittany was snoring when it all happened. I don't know how she heard, but she immediately told him to stop. But she didn't end her live immediately. So
about it, right? Maybe that's the first time they seen it was this morning. And so as soon as they seen it, they made a call.
Maybe.
That's possible.
oh yeah, that's true. It's possible that somebody was watching it on replay and called it in. I mean, that's kind of dumb to do that, for it not to be live and to call in, oh, this is going on over there when it was the night before. But I mean, I guess that could happen because sometimes people don't understand when they're watching you that you're not live when they're used to watching people live. So I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, Trooper.
You thought it did sound like racking the gun?
So maybe, what did you say? So maybe they're dealing, what the fuck does an attorney, Jill?
What?
That's the
Sorry.
most, come on now. How does that even make sense? Well, she's got an attorney on the case. Her attorney is on the case of the police swatting
What? Those are different
or
cases.
calls. Like what?
And if she has a
Oh, and look at this idiot
Civil-
agreeing.
if she has a civil attorney, and this is something other than civil, she would need a different attorney. for
Some of y'all
that.
needed to
I
hang
don't
out at
even
Waffle
know.
House.
All right.
And
Well, I mean, we've heard. They don't know a whole lot more than, you know, I don't know if they know more, but we don't know more, right? We don't know more. Oh, thank you, BK Binkley. Thank you. That sounds also coincided with the threats. Yeah, there was some sort of a sound, but also they misquoted Craig from earlier saying that Brittany was higher than him when he said she's out of the news loop. I had a hard time hearing out of the news loop, but also I didn't hear him saying that she was higher than him, but she was nodding off. And so that's what everybody thought he said because she was nodding off. And I can see the husband going, well, you're higher than me, but that's not what he said. Why would anyone just accept her version of events? Where's the metadata? Yeah, Amber, you can't really believe everything she says. That's why I want to see I want to see proof, but nobody owes us proof. And these women saw proof that, you know, of this tactical, I don't know, could you find that on the internet somewhere? Maybe night vision of some people being at your house. I mean, the thing with Brittany is for months, you know, years even, she got money for cameras and then still got money for cameras and still got money for cameras. And then stuff happens. And the first time we saw any evidence from the cameras was when the LDS came out. I didn't need proof of that. Like the LDS came out. But people have been apparently calling people to her home and doing this stuff. And it's exactly why I made the video the other day about how this is not entertainment and I'm not playing into it anymore. I'm not, you know, and that I think it's gone too far and people need to back away. And that's up to everybody else. You do what you want to do. I'm interested because I'm nosy. I watch TV and I watch videos and I want to know what the hell's going on. But you know, I'm not gonna cover her, bash her, or whatever. And if that upsets people, then fine. But I'm gonna go and enjoy my birthday. And if you're one of these people that thinks you have something negative because people are older, then you'll see when you get to be this age that, you know, life is not you're not promised a single day. You're not promised the day you come out of the womb that you've got X amount of years to live or anything. And so make fun of people. I've had people make fun of me because I'm old, whatever. I'm sitting here. You know, life doesn't end at 60, 65. Thank you, DPT. You have more wisdom. I've lived through things. This is the kind of stuff that this stuff that we're talking about. No, I don't. No, I don't want that in my life. Oh, thank you. Look at my little baby. Look at her. Thank you, Peace Panda. I'm going to watch football today. I'm going to watch some football games and chill out and enjoy my time. It's basically do what I do most every Saturday. My dog, she doesn't want to get down. It's cold in my house. All right. Thanks for coming in on my birthday and for the cash apps and stuff that y'all sent. And I appreciate y'all. And please, most importantly, take care of your mental state, because this stuff can wear on you and get you down, and you worry about people, and you just don't. Your daughter's birthday is on Pearl Harbor Day. Oh, the Big 12 is on. Let me go watch that. Yeah, all these championships are on today. Thank you, Connie. Thanks, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Have a great day.